This is Guns, Knives, and Watches. And of course, I've been thinking a lot about my pack, trying to get the weight down. Why? Because I use my pack all the time. Of course, people call this a get-home bag. Some people call it EDC, car bag, bug-out bag, whatever the hell you want to call it. And of course, I made my heavyweight version of it, and it was about 19 pounds. And then I worked and tried to get weight out of it, and weight out of it, weight out of it, weight out of it. And what I've basically come to the realization is that if you are you're on the internet and you're watching a bunch of videos, and a lot of these people make these videos, and they do it from an egocentric point of view. They do it about them, nobody else, and this, that, or the other. Because they're the only motherfuckers they're trying to save, which is probably why they're spending so damn much time on YouTube making these videos, this, that, or the other. Because they might have a military background and they're used to being trained that way. You know, when there's a problem out on the battlefield or in that type of environment, you're trained to use the first aid kit of the guy who's, just got injured, so that you have yours on you to save you, da 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 da. So everybody's individual. And I've learned that most people have no fucking concept of taking care of others. So I'll take you through a couple changes in my bag, and it changes all the damn time. But the more I think of everyone else and going lightweight, the more my pack actually works. Why do I say that? Of course, I had in my pack this Keith Titanium canteen cup and lid. And they're great products, okay? Made in China, of course, because that's where Keith Titanium is. And they work. Very solid, very this, there, the other, work very well. Lid fits very well. Everything is top notch, man. Of course, 140 bucks too. Now, if you think back, I gave you all a discount and a coupon for a 40 fluid ounce clean canteen for $13. Now, what can this clean canteen do? It, of course, you can boil water in it. It'll hold 40 fluid ounces instead of 32 like the canteen. It has a wider mouth for cleaning. Of course, I have food in there. And it's a well-known product. Not only that, when you're out in the public, you don't look so much like a crazy ass when you use it. You could use this thing every day and no one would think that you were a fucking lunatic. Where, possibly, unless you live around a bunch of fucking lunatics, if you carry a titanium canteen all the time, somebody's going to think you're fucking nuts. I play fucking nuts on YouTube. When I walk out in public, and I'm actually out in public all the time, or on vacation, or doing shit, I don't like to look like a crazy fucking moron. And this, makes you look like you're a fucking lunatic. And as I said, I play a lunatic on YouTube. I understand the mentality. I have that, minor in psychology, and my degree is in abnormal psychology, so this is my specialty. So, what does the clean canteen give you that the other one doesn't? It gives you a larger mouth, easier to do things in, clean out, this, there, the other. It gives you more volume, 40 ounces as opposed to, I believe, the 32 of the titanium one. Can I verify that that's actually exactly 32? No. Did I take it out and measure it and take use a beaker or anything else and calibrate it? No. Can I tell you this is exactly 40 fluid ounces? No, I can't. But I can tell you that this is larger. Now, why is that important? What did I give up? Well, I don't have a canteen cup and I don't have a lid. Okay? That's great. But remember, in my lightweight kit, I have other things. Now, this is 40 fluid ounces, and you don't look like a crazy ass. It also works better in the pocket on the side of your pack, okay? So it fits in there better, And when you have multiple people, a larger container is great. Well, how about this? If you can calibrate this to your other cooking container, because as I said, this is for multiple people, is that not a good idea? Is that not a good investment? Well, this being 40 fluid ounces, and of course our other cooking container being this titanium pot, and of course I've got a windscreen and a stove and hell everything else in here. This titanium pot from Snow Peak, which is 1.4 liters. That comes out to about 47 fluid ounces. So these two, if I were to boil water in here, I could put 40 fluid ounces in here instead of the 32, and I could cool down and drink the rest of it. Not to mention the fact that I have something to eat out of right here. So where do I lose at the canteen cup? Also, because I have that auxiliary titanium lid, that titanium lid also works with my fry pan. Now, my titanium lid has a hole drilled in it. Why did I drill the hole in it? Because I was doing some testing and I put the probe down through it. What did I learn while I was doing that? One, the hole's a damn good idea. They should have put that in the design. Because why? When you are hard boiling something, because you are pumping air into it, because the liquid goes into gaseous state, and gases, of course, expand, the volume of it actually increases. So when you are hard boiling something, that gas expanding, that gives a port of exit. So I've got something to eat out of, drink out of, da-da-da-da-da. I've got 1.4. I've got a clean canteen. Now, this stainless steel clean canteen that's 40 fluid ounces, how does it compare in weight to this Keith titanium? It's actually lighter. It's actually about 1.25 ounces lighter. So this is going to come in somewhere around 10.5 ounces. This comes in at around 9.25. So we've increased water carrying capability. We have paired both of these up much better. We have saved at least $30, or maybe somewhere, let's say around $120 if you get it with a 10% discount. We still have the same capability, and we have gone a tremendous amount lighter, not needing a canteen cup because we have an auxiliary cooking method, an auxiliary boiling method, auxiliary lids and eating containers, and everything's lighter. But that's the way you have to think, and that's the way you have to be when you're putting these packs together, because all weight matters. Also, things have to be paired up together. And since no one's really ever putting a pack together exactly the way I am, I have no one to pattern off of. So I'm doing it basically on my own. Not to mention the fact that this little damn lid's got some sharp-ass corners on it. And of course I had it in here before. What else did I do to save weight? Well, guns, knives, and watches. You always carry a multi-tool. This is a Victorinox Spirit. Of course, this is not my perfect Victorinox Spirit because, as I say, I bitch about it all the time, but, you know, I was the dumbass that bought it. I bought the serrated blade, okay? I always carry one. I don't go anywhere without it. The only time I don't have one of these on me is when I'm just walking around my house in my underwear. Real shit. Why the hell do I need another one in my pack? Well, that drops 7 and some ounces, okay? So far, we're way over half a pound we've taken out of this pack. Just by that simple omission. Now, I have got a small multi-tool. The Leatherman Pia, whatever the hell the thing is. The little Leatherman, and you can go back to see my survival kit, that's in here. So I've got a small multi-tool. Of course, I sharpened the blade myself, 20-degree angle, da-da-da-da-da. It's a chisel ground blade. I put a little bit of I sharpened the wrong side, just a little bit to knock off the burr, da-da-da-da-da. Cuts paper just as well as anything else. And I have a small multi-tool. So I've got a small multi-tool. I still have my Moore Bushcraft Black. I still have the capability. Everything's working together better, and I've got this thing down to under 15 pounds, somewhere around 14 pounds. What else have I done to the pack? Off the top of my head, well, I got pissed off about all the leather gloves because leather, in the end of the day, really pisses me off. So I found a pair of Mechanics brown gloves, put those in it. Those are even lighter. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you have to think about. These are my favorite gloves, number one, and it's just the way it is. There's the coloration, not the best in the world. No, but it's just the way it is. If I wanted to go out in public, this, that, or the other, I'd probably make them all black. That tan and black kind of looks like you're a fucking nut. But other than that, we're good. So I've got this pack looking more where I'm not sticking out so much. It works better. The volumes are similar, and the weight is down. So we're getting better. You can go back and look at any of my other pack videos and look at some of the stuff, and yeah, could I reduce the amount? But I would go over this, man, all the time. This isn't new shit. But this is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and this is some of the realizations I've had. Because if I feel, when I'm out in public, that if I were to pull this out, I would look like a fucking nut. Or one of those military wannabe crazy-ass little motherfuckers who've never done shit. Or somebody that made it to the military and never saw any combat and they're pissed off over it. Or whatever, you know. I can come up with a million different scenarios of why some jackass might be doing that. The Klean Kanteen works a lot better, plus it costs a lot less. Plus these two volumes go together better. Anyway, this is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and remember, I play a nut on YouTube. In reality, I have to make this shit work, and I try to not out in the public. Out in public, you may be afraid that I'll kick your ass, you may be this, that, or the other, you may be a lot of different things, but I don't like to seem like a paramilitary wannabe fag. This is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and some more updates to the lightweight pack idea, and also making it more cost effective. Another thing, you know, if this bothers you, you know, eating out of it or something, or you need another eating container, this steel aluminum type stuff, the Suma box, you can use that as something. Some people have said you could boil water in it. It wouldn't be worth the calories it would take me to get that much water out of it unless I was just really hard up. And if I was that hard up, I could drink my own piss, to be honest. It doesn't work for very long. You know, don't drink your piss. Don't drink your piss for very long, because you're putting all the contaminants and everything back in your body. But on a short-term basis, this, that, or the other, I think I can make it happen. Anyway, this is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and have a good one.